So hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. This is Abhishek on the other side. Now as you can see, the number of non-subscribers is quite high as compared to the number of subscribers. So if you are the one who hasn't subscribed to my channel yet, do subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon in order to get the latest notification first. So without much further ado, let's start our today's video. In this video, we are going to talk about prefix sum array. Now, what is this prefix sum array? Now, this prefix sum array is nothing but a data structure which is similar to array. Now, why do we require this array? Now, we require this array in order to minimize the repetitions which we may occur in an array, and also in order to reduce the time complexity. Now, what do you mean by it? So let's consider this array which contains elements 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, right? And now let's say that we want to find the sum of the elements ranging between L and R, right? Such that both L and R are included. So let's say the value of L is nothing but 2, index 2, right? And R is 4, okay? Which means that we want to find the elements, sum of the elements which is present between from here, from index 2 to index 4, okay? That is 3 plus 4 plus 5. So not for now, what you're going to do, you are going, at first you are going to have a variable. So let's consider it to be I, okay? So initially the I will be pointing to L, right? That is index 2, okay? That is in this index, right? In index 2 over here, right? So then we are going to have a sum, right? Which is, let's initialize this to 0. So since the I is pointing to index 2, so we are going to add this element to our sum, right? And then we are going to increment this I by 1, okay? And hence it will become 3. So now this I will be pointing to index 3. Again we are going to add 4 to it, right? Again we are going to increment this I by 1, right? And hence it will be 4. And now it will be pointing to index 4, right? And we are going to add 5 to it, okay? And thus we will get our answer. Now what's our answer? Now our answer is nothing but 12, right? And hence we are going to get 12 as answer. But let's say that our low is something like 3 and our range is 4, okay? So what we're going to do this time, our I will be pointing to 3, right? And our sum will be initialized to 0. Again we are going to add this what is there index 3? 4, right? So we're going to add 4 to it, okay? And we're going to increment this I by 1. So let's increment this I by 1, and now it will be incremented to 4. That is this index, right? And we are going to add 5, right? So now we have got 9 as the answer. So let's say that the low is pointing to index 0 and R is at 4, okay? So in such situation what we're going to do, or I will be pointing to index 0 and our S will be at also at index 0, right? So we will be adding 1 to it, right? And then again we are going to increment I by 1, right? And we'll be adding 2, increment I by 1 again, and we will be adding 3, increment I by 1 again, so it will be 3, right? So we'll be adding 4, right? And again we will increment I by 1, so it will be incremented to 4, so we'll be adding 5. And thus we'll be summing all the each and every elements present in this array, right? When our low is 0 and R is 4. Now what exactly we are doing over here? So if you observe properly, we are actually performing the same operation again and again, right? Now what is the operation? We are actually traversing through the array, right? Each time when this R, L and R changes, right? So hence we are performing this operation again. So due to which we are performing the big of n operation, right? Whenever this ln are changing, and hence this is actually increasing our time complexity, right? And this is exactly increasing our time complexity. Now, using the prefix sum array, we can actually decrease the time complexity. Okay, and in order to solve this problem, only prefix sum array come into the picture. Okay, so now let's see how using prefix sum array we can actually decrease the time complexity. Okay, so in a prefix sum array, we will be having an array which contains elements which contains n plus n number of n plus 1 number of elements. Okay, where n is the size of this array. Okay, origin array. So at first we are going to, now what is the extra element which would be adding in our prefix array? Would be adding 0 to it. Okay, 0 will always be added first. Okay, in a prefix sum array. Now we'll be having a pointer I. Okay, which will currently pointing to index 0, right? So just like the summation, so we'll be adding what? So we'll be performing operations. So let's consider this to be something like PS. Okay, which means a prefix sum array. Okay, now so we're gonna perform operation. We're gonna perform the operation PS of I plus 1. Okay, is equals to PS of I plus, so let's consider this array to be, okay, so this is an array, right? So let's consider this array to be ARR. Okay, so this is nothing but ARR. So it will be ARR of I. Okay, so we are going to use this formula. Okay, so currently our I is at 0, so our PS of I plus will be 1 will be nothing but PS of 1, right? So PS of 1 will be PS of I, right? What is PS of I? PS of I is 0. Okay, so 0 plus AR of I is what? 1. So we are going to store 1 to it. Okay, next again we are going to increment this I to index 1, right? So this time we are going to have for PS of 2. For now, what is going to be a PS of 2? It is going to be PS of 1. What is PS of 1? 1. Okay, so 1 plus what is AR of I? That is AR of 1 is 2. Okay, so we'll be adding 1 to 2, so it will be 3. Okay, so similarly for when I want to increment our I to index 2, right? So at that time our PS of 3 will be, okay, PS of 3 will be nothing but the PS of I. What is PS of I? Is 3. And if I just add this to the year of 2, right, which is nothing but 3, so it will be 6. Similarly for the rest two indexes it will be 10 and this will be 15. Okay, so we have actually performed what we have to perform, right? So we have actually formed a prefix sum array, right? So now let's see how we can how using this prefix sum array we can reduce the time complexity. Okay, so let's say that our low is pointed to index 2 and our high is pointing to index 4, right? That is, the lower bound is pointing to index 2 and the higher bound is pointing to index 4, which means that we need to add these elements, right, starting from index 2 to index 4. So in order to find like what is the summation of these three elements, we are going to use this formula, which will be like a PS of R plus 1. Okay, PS of R plus 1 minus PS of L, and thus using this formula we can actually achieve our goal. Okay, so let's consider the indexes. So this is of index 0, this is index 1, this is index 2, this is index 3, so index 4, this is index 5, right? So if you find the PS of r plus 1, right, which is nothing but r is what? R is 4, so PS of 5 nothing but 15, right? So if we are going to subtract this 15 from what? Subtract this 15, okay, so PS of L, right, which is nothing but PS of 2, that is 3. So which will result us to 12. Now if you sum 3 plus 4 plus 5, it will result me to 12, right? Okay. And thus by only by performing big of 1 time complexity, right, we are actually achieving this task, right? We are actually getting like what is what is the sum of the three integers, right? So unlike in previous case where we have to perform a big of n operation, we are now performing only big of 1 operation, right? So now let's say that that our L is 3, okay, L is 0, okay, so let's consider it to be 0. So if we perform this PS of r plus 1, that is what is PS of r? That is 4 plus 1, that's 15, right? And if PS of 0 is nothing but 0, okay, so if you just subtract 15 0 from 15, right, so it will be nothing but 15, right? So if you just add all the elements, it will be 15, and that's how you got our answer by just big of 1 time complexity. So this is how using prefix sum array we actually reduce the time complexity, okay. Now what is the time complexity for this problem? It is nothing but big of n, right? Now why it is big of n? Because we are actually in order to create this prefix sum array, we are actually traversing through the whole array once, right? Yeah, once, and hence it is big of n. And the space complexity will be big of n plus 1. If we just ignore the constant, it will be big of n, and that is going to be our space complexity. So now let's see the implementation of the prefix sum array. So we are going to solve this problem, range subquery immutable. Now it is a easy level question from LeetCode. Now this question is basically an implementation of prefix sum array. So as you can see over here, these are the elements of the array, okay, and these are the ranges, okay. So if you take this example, so if you consider this array, and if you were to find the range from 0 to 2, right, so we need to add these elements because this is of index 0, this is index 1 and index 2, right? So we need to add these three elements. Now if we told to find this range from 2 to 5, so we need to basically add these elements, that is 2, 3, 4 and 5, right? These four elements we need to add. And now if we're told to find the, and if our range is 0 to 5, then we need to add all the elements, okay, as you can see it is done over here. So now let's see how we can code this problem, okay. So now let's see how we can code of the problem, okay. So at first we are going to create a prefix array, okay. So let's create a prefix array p, okay. And in the constructor, now let's actually create the prefix sum array. So at first we are going to push 0 as our first index. So let's put 0. So after pushing 0, we need to create the prefix sum array. So we're going to start traversing from I equals to 0 up to nums.size, and then we're going to increment the I by 1. Then we're going to push pre of, that is we're going to use the formula as a pre of, right, I plus nums of I, okay, and thus we have created our prefix sum array. So after creating the prefix sum array, we need to find the sum range. So in order to find the sum range, we are going to use the formula as pre of right plus 1 minus pre of left, where this right is nothing but r and this left is nothing but l, okay. So now let's run this code. So it is accepted. Now so let's just submit it and see if it works or not. So it is accepted, right? So that's all for today. If you like this video, do give a thumbs up to the video, share it with your friends and subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon in order to get the latest notification first. Now if you have any doubt or if you have any question, do comment down in the comment section below. I'll be more than happy to answer out those questions. Now that's all for today. I will see you in my next video.